I've been using the same budgeting system for almost 20 years. And in that time, my husband and I paid off $116,000 in debt, moved 8 times in 17 years of marriage, added 3 children to our family, 1 through adoption, and survived a medical crisis without going backward financially. And I want to be honest with you about what actually made that all possible, because it wasn't a perfect income. It wasn't willpower. It wasn't a lot of money. It was 3 specific things that I do every month that most people skip entirely. And I'm going to walk you through all 3 today. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to do differently starting tonight. Here's what I see happening. People try to budget. They sit down, they make a plan, and they feel good about it for a few days. And then real life shows up. An expense they forgot about, a month that doesn't look anything like the plan, and they just stop looking. That's not a discipline problem. That's a system problem. The budget was built for an imaginary month, not their real life. And the fix isn't trying harder. It's 3 specific things done consistently that keep your budget connected to your reality. I've watched people with great incomes feel completely out of control with their money. And I've watched people who make far less feel completely at peace. The difference isn't in the income. It's whether they have a system that actually works for their real life in reality. The spreadsheet I use to do all of this, the same one that I've used for 20 years, is free. The link is in the description. Put in your email address and it'll come straight to your inbox. Step 1, review what you actually spend. The first thing, and this is where almost everyone skips a step, is to go look at what you've actually spent. Not what you think you spend, not what you wish you spent, but what actually came out of your bank account, out of your credit card over the last 3 months. Pull up your bank statements, pull up your credit card statements, go back through those 3 months and add them up by category. Groceries, eating out, gas for your car, subscriptions, household expenses, whatever categories make the most sense for your life. 3 months matters because 1 month doesn't give you the full picture. 1 month might be unusually low or unusually high. 3 months starts to show you the real picture, what you actually spend regularly and what you forget about. And here's the thing most budget advice skips completely. The irregular expenses, the car registration, the insurance renewal that comes once a year, the back to school shopping for your children, the holidays, the things that aren't in your budget because they don't happen every single month, but they do happen. And if you haven't planned for them, they feel like emergencies every single time. So when you're reviewing these 3 months, I also want you to think about those irregular expenses throughout the whole year. What's coming up in the next few months that isn't in your regular spending? Write it down, give it a number, because the goal of this whole exercise is for you to have control over your finances. And that only works if you've actually looked at what your life costs. This step alone will tell you more about your money than any plan you could make without doing this first. Step 2, assign real dollars to real categories. Once you know what you actually spend, you can build a budget that's based on your real life instead of some formula someone else made up for you. Here's what I mean. Most budget advice tells you to put 50% towards your needs, 30% towards your wants, and 20% towards savings. And I understand why. It sounds logical, but your mortgage isn't 30% of your income. It's $1,847, and your groceries aren't 15% of your income. They're $620 a month for your family. Percentages don't pay your bills. Dollars pay your bills. So here's what I do. I sit down with the actual number that hits our bank account. the real take-home pay, and then I assign every actual dollar to a category based on what our real life costs. So housing, what it actually costs us. Groceries, what we actually spend on food. Giving, what we've decided to give to causes we believe in. Savings, what we need to save based on our goals. Debt, what we owe and need to pay off. And for those irregular expenses that we identified in step 1, the annual ones, the seasonal ones, the things that come up periodically, I build those in too. If car registration costs $400 a year, that's about $33 a month that needs to be set aside. You decide that number once, and then you plan for it before it happens. The key is this: you decide these numbers based on your priorities, your family, and your actual life, not a formula. And once you set them, you don't change them every month. You change them when something comes up, when something happens, when something actually changes, your income shifts, a bill changes, a new expense comes in. If nothing changed, then you don't touch it, and you don't have to redecide that. That's the decision that you make once, and it's what makes this whole system sustainable and simple. The spreadsheet that I use to set all of this up is the same one that I've used for 20 years. It has every category, it tracks month to month, and it shows you last month, this month, next month, all at the same time. The link is in the description. Drop in your email address, and it will come straight to your inbox. Step 3, show up consistently. Keep your budget in reality. This is the step that makes everything else work. It's the one that most people don't do. I review my budget every few days, not once a month, every few days. It takes just a few minutes. I look at what came in and what went out, and I make sure that everything is where it should be. And I look at 3 months at a time. I look at last month, this month, and next month. Last month tells me what actually happened. This month tells me where we are right now. And next month lets me see what's coming so that I can prepare. This is what keeps your budget in reality. Not the plan you made on the first of the month. The actual numbers that are happening in reality right now in your bank account. Because a budget only exists as a plan if you check it once a month. It's not a budget, it's a wish. Not paying attention is the most expensive thing you can do with money. It's not one big mistake. It's a subscription you forgot about. It's groceries that ran a little over repeatedly. It's dinner out that wasn't in the plan. None of it feels like a big deal in the moment, but without consistency, those things just keep happening, and your budget stops reflecting your real life, and your money just slips through your fingers. That is why I review my budget every few days. Not because it's complicated, it's not. It takes just a few minutes. But because that's what keeps my budget in my reality. When your budget reflects what's actually happening with your money, you have control over your finances. And that's the whole point. This is exactly what paying off $116,000 actually looked like for our family. We worked hard, we spent less than we made, and we put every single dollar we could towards our debt. And we paid attention every single month with consistency. Consistency is the whole point. There's no shortcut around it. The stability that comes from this system isn't about being perfect. Some months are harder than others. Life doesn't always cooperate with the plan. But when your budget is living in reality and you are consistent, you can handle whatever comes. You're not holding your breath at the end of the month, just hoping that the math works out and you don't overdraw your checking account. When my husband fell off a ladder and we were hit with unexpected medical expenses, we were okay. Not because it was easy, it was so hard, but because we'd been paying attention long enough that we knew exactly where we stood, what money we had, and what we needed to do. That freedom and peace is available to you, not someday when your income is higher or your debt is gone. Now, with exactly what you have. Start tonight. Pull up the last 3 months of your bank statements and just look. That's step 1. Everything else builds from there. The spreadsheet that walks you through the rest of it is completely free. The link is in the description. Put in your email address and it will come straight to your inbox. And if you want to go deeper on any of this, the next video is right here, and I'll walk you through exactly what to do once you get into your budget.